Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Um, I wanted on one side to start by saying Ramadan Kareem for all our brothers and sisters and congratulate them for this amazing month of self-giving, generosity, and feeling with those who are needy and enclosed and so on. And since we are all in this situation, so our hearts and prayers goes to everybody. Much love and best wishes for a rapid end for this pandemic and recovery for all those who are infected and union for all those who are separated from each other. It has been a while since I last updated you about Palestine, Aida camp, and Alrowwad. Today, in Palestine, we are talking about 484 cases of infected people, where 340 are within the West Bank and Gaza. That includes 17 in Gaza. And there is also 144 cases in the eastern part of Jerusalem. In these numbers, there is 81 who have recovered. And unfortunately, there has been 3 deaths, 2 in the West Bank and 1 in the eastern part of Jerusalem. There is still many who are in quarantine, whether it is in their own houses or under governmental observation. And there are a lot who are waiting results of the tests. So inshallah, we don't have many losses. Fortunately, all the cases who are infected until today are out of need of ventilators or respiratory assistance. So that is great on that level. On political level, of course, the Israeli government is still discussing possibilities to annex certain parts of the West Bank, which is, of course, confronted with opposition and rejection from the Palestinian side. And settlers, unfortunately, these illegal colonizers continue their attacks on lands, cutting trees, impoisoning lands, and so on, and terrorizing villagers in different parts of the West Bank. Globally, the circulation is still limited. There is quarantine all over, and areas within surrounded by the Israeli checkpoints are also limited the circulation as well. There has been some really looseness in circulation a little bit in the last 2 days, but with the new discoveries, it has been more strict now. So hopefully we will not have more expansion of the pandemic. In Aida camp, the situation has been stable. The work of this emergency committee is continuing, and we moved from sending packages to houses and medication, which still will be done. Tomorrow there would be a distribution of around 500 food packages to needy families, and all those who became needy, of course, because of 50 days under quarantine and still weeks, maybe months to come, where people will be limited from circulation, from going to work, from earning an income, etc., etc. So everybody becomes needy somehow. So there would be 500 packages of food that will be distributed to the different families. Assistance with medication is still going on according to possibilities, and so on. And there would be another food packages donation later in Ramadan in this month. The amazing thing is that we started on the first day of Ramadan what we call Tekeyet Aida, which is a kind of hospice where we cook hot meals for families and deliver it to their houses. Of course, it's free delivery. We have launched appeals. Alrowwad has initiated this process, and in partnership with the Popular Committee in Aida Camp Youth Center, Laji Center, and other associations in the camp, as well as Fatah Youth Movement, and so on. There has been an amazing work. Our partners in the United States, in France, in the UK, and so on, have been generous in donating during since the beginning of the pandemic, in fact. But an amazing work has been done by Laboom and their public to fundraise specifically also part of the money for Tekeyet Aida. The meals are a main dish with soup and salad and tamar, dates, and sometimes with a dessert as well. Each meal is packaged individually and delivered to families according to the number of people. Today, on the first day of Ramadan, we have cooked 310 meals that were delivered to 52 families. And there will be families who will be receiving every day, around 20, 25 families who are really continuously needy. And there will be cases where they will receive every 2, 3, 4 days, so that at the end of the month, hopefully, at least every family would have a meal in every week or a little bit more. But 25 families will have a meal every day. The idea is to also, if there is more money coming, to expand this to beyond Aida camp and neighboring areas. And needy people are needy people, whether they are Muslim or a Christian or whatever, so we'll not make any distinction. And whoever will come and we don't know about and ask to be helped, they will be helped. If not today, then tomorrow or the day after. But we will not reject anybody, whoever they are, because at the end of the day, this is a work to help people keep their dignity and not to transform them into charity actions or beggars or humiliate them by any way. So that's why probably what we will diffuse later on videos of doing the food, cooking, packaging, and going to deliver it to the houses. But I don't think we will be filming people receiving or eating or whatever. We are not here to humiliate people, but to help them keep their dignity and help them keep their heads up. Laboom is a remarkable group, and they have been amazing in raising the funds very rapidly. And these funds will help us go through almost half of the month. But in any way, I think it's a month of charity and giving and so on. It's a month where people will give their zakat, some will contribute with materials, vegetables, fruits, rice, whatever. So until today, we have moved on our own, and we did not need any money from anybody. We did not still receive the money raised for the Tekeyet from France, so hopefully within a week or so the money will come. But the idea is that we are there to help. Alrowwad philosophy was always on two main points. The first one is a beautiful resistance, because we believe every resistance against injustice, oppression, occupation as a beautiful act of humanity. And people under oppression have the right to resist by all means. We chose to resist through our culture, our identity, giving our children and young people possibilities to express themselves in the most beautiful and creative ways, and think living for their country and grow up and change the world and create miracles in a positive and a way that we can all be proud of. The second thing was, with or without money, we do it, because we wanted people to understand that we are not poor because we are lazy or don't have resources. We are put into the poverty by this illegal occupation, which deprives us from the right to circulate freely, to import, to export, to get married, to fall in love, to have children, to travel, and so on. So if people wanted to support us financially or otherwise, it should be an act of partnership to help us do what we really need to do and be proud of what we achieve together. That's why when people come and support, that is great. When they don't, it's great as well. We will continue. We will not stop because people want to dictate us what we should do. We cannot accept dictation from anybody. Those who want to support us, help us do what we really need to do, what we can be a priority for us, for our people, for our community, and help us and our people to keep their dignity and not to transform us into charity actions. That's why we have a lot of ways to allow people to do things and respond to their needs in a respectful and dignified way. And we are really grateful and thankful for all those partners who work with us under such circumstances. A lot of dictations come from countries who donate money. A lot of charity actions want to show people begging and waiting in lines and so on. For us, this is a red line that we cannot cross with people. And that's why we go to the people in their houses. On one side, because it is Corona, and we cannot allow people to get together and meet and so on, and put themselves in danger or put others in danger. So that's why all people receive their own package in their own house and so on. We want to save lives, not put them in peril. That's why it is an amazing work. Inshallah, afterwards, this Tekeyet would be working on different levels depending on the nations, of course. But the idea is also with this solidarity restaurant cuisine. So that's the idea is to cook hot meals for orphans, for children, pupils coming back from the school to have at least a good healthy meal, for elder people and so on. And also a collective meal on Fridays after the prayers, inshallah, for those who want to come to Alrowwad and eat in the restaurant and so on. It would be a free meal. And also it would be open for anybody who wants to eat and pay for their meal. And if they find it good to pay for others' meals as well, then there would be a kind of bank of people paying 2 meals or 3 meals that will go to other needy families, so that will sustain us to continue doing this amazing work again in a respectful and dignified way. The work that has been done, the amazing energy that is there is inspiring for a lot of people. And I guess this is the first of its kind in a refugee camp in Palestine. So there is a lot of encouragement and hope that this idea will go also to other places and so on. But in any way, we hope that we can serve our community in Aida and beyond. And hopefully we'll try to target some needy zones and hopefully we can be able to help some medical staff in some hospitals and those who are police or soldiers at the crossroads trying to protect people from circulating carelessly and so on. So we'll do our best to reach those who are most needy and those who are on the front line of protecting our community, our people, and so on. Our deepest thanks to everybody who have contributed, who will contribute all these amazing energies locally and internationally. And may Allah bless you all and give you health and safety. And again, I say, may all the leaders in this world open their eyes and hearts and see how miserable they made this world and how it is important to dig deep in their consciousness to help their people live in dignity and healthy. And instead of investing in weapons and destruction of this world and destroying each other, to find all the ways to build these bridges among us as equal human beings and make this world a better place to live. May all these leaders think how to build the bridges, how to care about the health care of their people, and not to leave them victims of this little virus that has been more dangerous than all the nuclear weapons in the world. We are so humbled by our weaknesses, and we are also very proud by our strengths as human beings who feel with each other, who are generous with each other, who are caring about each other, who accept to be separated from their beloved ones because they care about them. In Palestine, this is not a strange situation, let's say. It has been very long, but it is not a strange situation to be under curfew, enclosed and confined in your house, separated from your beloved ones, and segregated between Gaza, Jerusalem, West Bank, and the world, and so on. And it's also not foreign for those families who have their children beyond their houses in Israeli prisons or in exile and so on. But because we have experienced that and we have lived that, we understand what others are feeling today. We understand what it means to be detained in your house, separated from your beloved ones. And this is something that we do not wish for anybody. So hopefully, we will conquer this disease. But how many others will come and we will not be able to conquer if the leaders of this world continue their policies in the same way? If the people who should be role models destroy every image of a good role model and wanted to dictate everybody how to behave and what to say and what is the measure for goodness or badness and so on. We are not born with genes of hatred or violence. We are born to love, to share, to make this world a better world. We do not have the luxury of despair. We don't have this luxury of despair, but a steadfast hope that we can do better. And we can do better role models than the ones we see usually in the media. And that everybody is important, that everybody is a change maker, and we have to do our best to make this world better. God bless you all. Thank you.